Good evening, how you doing? And welcome to the pre-match solo edition, where we are going to look at the Crewe game and what we can expect from it. But after last week's 4-0 win against Crawley Town, with goals from all Scott Robinson and Jatta, not in that particular order, of course, because somebody's going to pull me up on that one. But what a great afternoon it was. Really good afternoon, really positive, a lot of really good play in that game as well. Could we add more goals? Should have we had more goals as well? I think we should have had a few more goals in that game. We could have been like 4-0 up at half time. It may have turned into a cricket score, but we are not going to get too greedy. Crewe, on the other hand, it's going to be a difficult game. We haven't beat Crewe since 2018, which is like, 7 years ago? Since then, we've got 4 losses and 1 draw. Last season's game at Meadow Lane, it was quite shocking. The referee, the 0-0, it was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Whittaker should have got a penalty in the first half. God knows why we didn't get a penalty in the second half when Jarvis got took out by something you'd probably only see in WWE or something. But we move on from that. Last season is gone. It's in the bin. Here and now, we're coming into this game in better form than Crewe are. And at the end of the day, all I've got to say is we've got to be positive. We've got to play that sort of football we played last Saturday. If we turn up like we did at Gillingham, it's going to be curtains. And then all that hard work last week gets forgotten about. Football fans are very fickle. And we're so quick to turn one way or the other. We can be positive one week, and the next week we can be so negative. But it's a different game. So let's have a look at where we stand in the table. And in the table, we're currently 7th joint 7th on goal difference, but we've got Bromley on 14 points as well. We've got Cambridge on 14 points, and you've also got Bristol Rovers. So between 7th and 10th, there's nothing, only a point back down to Oldham in 11th. Crewe Alexander on 13 points in 12th. Let's have a look at the bottom. The bottom of the table, Poor Road Cheltenham Town, 7 losses. Got 1 win, 1 draw. Then you got Shrewsbury Town. Notts County had a good win against them earlier in the season. A 4-1 win at Meadow Lane. Newport, we played them on the opening day of the season, and that was a 1-1 draw. Should we got a bit more out of that game positively, but since after that it went downhill for a bit. But look at the top, you got Gillingham on 21 points. 6 wins, 3 draws from 9 games. Then you got Salford. Salford beat us at our first home game of the season. They've got 6 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses as well on 19 points. Then you got Walsall, Swindon Town, Chesterfield. We're a point behind Chesterfield. They got Grimsby Town on 15. Started really well. Like Crewe won the first 4. There was a 100% record, and it seems like since then they've got 1 draw out of the last 5 games. Lost 4 on the bounce, I do believe. Maybe wrong. Put me right if I'm not. But who would you start? See, I would not change things from last week. I would continue on with the same players as we had in the team last week. The starting 11, I would keep the same starting 11 as last week. Unless there's any injuries, any players picked up injuries from that game. But that's who I'd start with. All and Luca, I'd leave them to come on in the second half to have that impact substitute role. And the timing of them subs last week was absolutely perfect. When Martin Patterson made them subs, it was the right time to make them as well. So that's where I'd go with the starting lineup. Let's go back. What other fixtures we've got on Saturday? We have got Aki against Walsall. Aki picking up a good win against MK Dons. What is going off at MK Dons? Then you got Bristol Rovers, Salford's there. Bristol Rovers picking up on form now. And Chesterfield are home to Newport. Then you got Crawley versus Barrow. I don't know who's going to win that one. Crewe against Notts, that's half 12. The two half 12s are Oldham against Barnet. So Oldham and Barnet are picking up points now. Oldham are doing quite well. They had a 3-0 win against... Barnet had a 3-0 win against Grimsby. You got Shrewsbury Town, MK Dons. Surely MK Dons have got to pick up 3 points in this one. Swindon Town, Bromley, and then Tranmere, Cambridge. What's happened to Tranmere just recently as well? So score predictions, I would go... You know what? I feel like Accrington Stanley may just win this one, 2-1. Bristol Rovers, Salford, I'm going for a draw. Chesterfield, Newport. See, suppose, is Chesterfield going to win this one? I'm going to go Chesley on that one. Crawley, Barrow, I'm going for another draw. Notts, I'm going for a 3-0 win to Notts. You may call me crazy, but so does my consultant. Gillingham, Harrogate. You know what? I'm going for a shock on this one. I'm going for an Harrogate 1-0 win. Grimsby Town, Cheltenham. Grimsby get back to winning ways, 2-1. Oldham versus Barnet. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Shrewsbury Town, MK Dons. MK Dons 2. Shrewsbury Town 1. Swindon, Bromley. I'm going to probably go for a 2-2 draw. Tranmere, Cambridge. I'm going to go for a Cambridge 3-1 win. And that's them. But let me know what you think your score predictions are going to be for this weekend. EFL fixtures in League 2. There's not been much news come about out of Notts this week. We haven't signed anybody at the time of recording this. So don't forget the Saturday night run is on at 7 p.m. Saturday. 7 p.m. Saturday night. We'll be talking about the Crewe game. And don't forget to check back on this channel. Don't forget to like, share, and follow as well. But we'll be back on Sunday, on Saturday, not Sunday, Saturday at 7 p.m. for the Saturday Rant or Not podcast, talking about the Crewe game, what happened in the Crewe game, the result, tactics, and everything else. So we'll see you then.